The woman had just been with her husband in the guest room, but when she walked through the yard and returned to the main house, she was shocked to find that her husband, who should have still been in the guest room, was now lying on the sofa in the living room, asleep. She thought it was a prank her husband was pulling, maybe trying to surprise her. So she walked over and snuggled next to him. However, her husband seemed completely unaware of what had just happened.
Wait, we just had sex?
He said he'd been on the sofa the whole time, hadn't moved at all. Hearing this, she thought he was just continuing his prank and got upset, walking away. The man, confused, went to check the guest room but found nothing. He figured his wife must have been drunk and imagined the whole thing, so he lay down on the sofa in the guest room to rest. Not long after, his wife seemed to calm down and somehow ended up lying beside him in the guest room. The next morning, the man was woken up at the sound of his wife cooking.
Good morning, handsome.
The wife, who had been furious the night before, was now all smiles. But soon, the man realized something was off. His wife had always hated barbecue, yet here she was, happily cooking it. He froze for a moment, his heart racing. This woman didn't seem like his wife anymore. He rushed back to the main house, quickly went upstairs to check his wife's bedroom. And sure enough, he found her in the bathroom. He grabbed her hand and rushed her toward the guest room. But when they arrived, the woman impersonating his wife was gone. Feeling like her husband was messing with her, the wife was furious and stormed off. The man quickly caught up and tried to explain, begging her to give him a chance to prove what he said was true. This time, he went alone into the guest room to search. Sure enough, he found the fake wife again, in the bathroom.
Hey, babe.
Panicked, he rushed out and told his real wife, who was waiting in the yard. Looking at her husband's serious expression, she was skeptical. She decided to go in herself and check. However, as soon as she closed the door behind her, the husband, who had been standing outside, suddenly appeared in the living room. He greeted her warmly. The man in front of her, both in appearance and voice, was identical to her husband. She froze in place until he gently embraced her, and she didn't resist. Not sure how much time passed, the husband outside, who had been anxiously waiting, began to panic. He tried to open the door but found it locked. He then picked up a stone and smashed it against the door. At that moment, the man was completely freaking out.